Welcome back to Operation Pixel.
I don't like the look of this room, dude.
Well, as I was saying last time, like, they said that, like, there was, like, a huge water shortage. And you're sitting here, like, completely submerged, essentially.
Well, it is salt water, it looks like.
Well, maybe, I guess it could be salt water. Like a saltwater aquarium type thing. Oh, there's people there. Oh, you didn't leave a lot of people left.
We surrender, sir. Dubai is yours. Where is Conrad? Where is always upstairs, waiting for you.
Alright.
I'm sort of wondering if this is, what was that? I was gonna say something.
Hallucination.
No.
PTSD.
Not quite.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I had it for like a second, and then I sort of lost it.
Now that you're here, I want to ask you a question. What did you think when you arrived in Dubai? When you'd seen what I had done? Did you think it's the work of a madman?
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought you'd lost your goddamn mind. I hope that's what happened.
Oh yes, that would have made things easier. But I wasn't that lucky.
You sure about that?
I assure you, I'm as sane as you are, Captain.
Where's he at?
I think you went in the wrong room.
Wait. Okay. Make sure my reflection looked the same.
Yep.
At this point, you're like, what?
When you're
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this is the room from the beginning of the game.
No matter
When
how
we were talking about the Zen Garden.
I never could escape the reality of what happened here. That was my downfall.
You're just sitting here painting?
There, finished. I hope you like it. What the hell is going on? Your eyes are opening for the first time. It hurts, doesn't it?
What do you think? What do you think?
Give me a minute.
What do you think?
Go on.
What do you think?
What, of the painting? I don't know, it looks like it's based off the woman and the kid he saw earlier.
Your orders killed 47 innocent people. Someone has to pay for your crimes, Walker. Who's it going to be?
I'm sleepy.
John? Is that you? You tell me. Done playing games, John. I assure you, this is no game.
Oh, there's a little path behind it.
I know, but
I thought he disappeared behind it for a minute. That'd be weird.
he kind of did. Because he's been dead for a while.
Hmm.
It seems that reports of my survival have been greatly exaggerated.
Dun dun
This is
dun
impossible.
dun.
Oh, I assure you, it is. How? Not how. Why? You were never meant to come here.
We have our orders. Leave the city, radio command from outside the storm wall. They send in the cavalry.
Pay attention to this.
What happened here was out of my control. Was it?
But I think we're just gonna be quiet for a while. This is kind of the whole story coming together.
On you marched.
tried to save you.
You're no savior. Your talents lie elsewhere.
This is your fault, goddammit! Stop right there, Lugo. He wouldn't listen. We didn't have a choice. He turned us into fucking killers.
This isn't my fault.
Takes a strong man to deny what's right in front of him. And if the truth is undeniable, you create your own.
What the hell happened? I don't know. He just stopped moving. Walker, snap out of it.
I get it. We have to choose.
The truth, Walker, is that you're here because you wanted to feel like something you are not. A hero.
Lugo! You left me to die!
I'm here because you can't accept what you've done. It broke you.
Colonel? Colonel, please.
What's going on, Walker?
It's Conrad. He did it. All of it.
You needed someone to blame, so you cast it on me. A dead man. I know the truth is hard to hear, Walker, but it's time. You're all that's left, and we can't live this lie forever. I'm going to count to 5, then I'm pulling the trigger.
You're not real. This is in my head.
Are you sure? Maybe it's in mine. 1 now.
What do I do?
I don't know.
It was your
What
fault.
am I supposed to do?
You believe, then shoot
Look,
me.
you don't have a choice yet, do you?
I didn't mean to hurt anybody.
No one ever does. 3,
No, but this is really.
4.
I don't know.
What do I do? What
Shoot
do I
that
do?
guy. Shoot him.
It takes a strong man to deny what's in front of him.
Stronger than you were.
Whatever you say, Walker. No matter what happens next, don't be too hard on yourself. Even now, for all you've done, you can still go home. Lucky you.
What now, sir?
Huh?
The men are asking. What do we do now?
We complete our mission.
And what mission would that be, sir?
Just get me a gun. Radio?
Are you going crazy?
This is Captain Martin Walker. Requesting immediate evacuation of Dubai. Survivors. One too many.
I don't really get it. So, I get the idea that it was crazy because they showed that scene where the 2 people you were forced to choose between were already dead.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I'm not sure I understand what
This-
it means.
I'm pretty sure this game has a whole bunch to do with PTSD,
Could be.
post-traumatic
Yeah.
stress disorder. For those who don't know.
Sure. I was gonna say that he said that, you know, you have to take responsibility for the things you've done. And I feel like that's true. But I kind of feel like you'd have to be insane yourself to, like, shoot yourself at the end of all things there. Because I assume that was the other choice, is to shoot Captain Walker there at the end.
I'm
And that's probably what...
pretty sure I've done both of them. One of
He
them
did.
led to a different scenario.
Yeah, I bet.
But,
I'm pretty sure there's no happy ending to this game, though. That's just the way it's written.
I don't really think there's a happy ending to war, period.
No, I'm just saying that, like, I'm feeling like if another ending, in a sense.
It would make you feel like Superman. Like
Well-
I did everything, I win.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that, like, you know, just the way the game was and the way it played out, I'm pretty sure there wasn't, like, a right option and a wrong option, like a, you know, best ending and a bad end.
No,
It
it's
was just like-
it's all bad.
It might have been different, but
It's war.
yep.
It's bad no matter what.
So I still don't understand exactly what the implications were. Like, he was saying
I
that
really-
essentially
I really-
everything there was Walker's fault.
I really feel like if you played on your own,
Yeah, I might have picked up a
you
little
would
bit
have
more.
gotten a lot more
Sure.
feel to it, but I don't think you would have picked this up on your own.
No,
Legitly.
maybe not. I don't have a whole lot of free time for just dropping on games. I mean, this one wasn't all that long, but
I think we had a little bit of conversation we were gonna put in here.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just maybe put that in now then.
All right. So next time on Operation Pixel, we have finished Spec Ops. Hope you enjoyed it. If we were too loud, just read the subtitles. So we'll catch you next time.
Yep. See you later, everybody. Enjoy the show. It's cool too because I went.
Really quick, before you start,
I was just gonna say I went to
I
college
wa-
for game design.
I was hesitant to have you see this one, mainly because one, you're pretty like not cool on shooters. You're not really into them,
yeah.
but it was the backstory and just the way they depict warfare.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed a little ludicrous, but also more real than anything that I've seen before.
Well, yeah, like I said, like, I was trying to figure out how to best put this into words, because, like, when I brought it up the first time, you kind of snapped at me, saying, like, you don't know anything about war.
Well,
And, like,
that was because, like, you're like, oh, well, the Americans don't use the
wasn't-
white phosphorus kind of thing.
I wasn't
but-
trying to say that I know things about war, because it's true that I don't. And, if I came off that way, then,
Well, that was because, like they said there was a huge moral
yeah.
choice, is like Americans were using white phosphorus in the Iraq War, which was not. Well, I guess
yeah,
it was.
that was something I was unfamiliar with. I
Okay.
don't know much about war stuff. But what I meant was more than that. I mean, like I can see why it would be a debate then, because like I said, it's sort of like chemical weapons, and chemical weapons are not supposed to be, like, usable.
Yeah, and that was technically chemical weapons, but also technically not kind
So
of
it was,
thing.
so it was sort of
It was
like
like a
on the fence,
loophole.
so it was a technicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see that then.
To incorporate that into the gameplay to use against American soldiers and civilians, that's where, yeah.
But what was it? There was something. What I tried to say while we were doing combat and other things, so it was kind of difficult to focus my thoughts there. But I had a good thought about it over the last week, because it bugged me that I sort of got shut down and wasn't able to put it into words properly. And that's what I was trying to say. Is it's not so much like an I know war kind of thing, as much as it was sort of like a human psychology thing.
That's kind of how you were coming across, as like, I know war.
No.
That's why I kind of like,
No,
dude, you don't know what's going on.
I was trying to
over
talk
there.
about psychology, which is why, like, I was trying to use the old lady analogy there, and that's not the great analogy, but
No,
like,
it's like, yeah, I'll hide behind an old lady. I'm like,
I mean,
what?
In the sense that, like, if someone's shooting at you, and the only place for cover is, like, behind someone else, like, in an animal instinct sort of sense, you might jump for that cover. Like, it doesn't make you a terrible person. It's like an instinct, not a choice. So in that sort of sense, you might do something that's morally questionable. And I mean, not
Maybe.
necessarily jumping behind an old woman, but like other things, like, stabbing someone or shooting someone. The other things that are like murder and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
I
not
think-
really morally justifiable. But
I think the way that you like hide behind an old lady is a little bit.
yeah, no, it's hard to come up with a good example though.
Yeah.
But like I said though, like some of the stuff we've seen here, like they've like skinned people, burned them alive, tortured them. They've
Well,
like cut their eyes out and stuff like that.
What I've come across with is talking to
Mm-hmm.
and he said he's confided in me some of the stuff that he's never been able to share.
Sure.
And out of respect, I'm not going to
No,
just go
that's
blabbing
fine.
that out.
I'm not going to tell you to.
And but dude, some of the stuff that he's told me is just near inhuman.
Yeah.
The stuff
Well-
that would happen in
So,
warfare and
I mean,
stuff.
again, like, I can't speak for firsthand experience. All I was trying to say, though, is that, like, in essence, like, no sane person in a rational state of mind is going to, like, cut out someone's eyeballs. Like, someone might do that, but I don't think any rational person who's like from a civilized country, like,
Seems more like terrorist torture kind
yeah,
of
because I
thing.
mean, like, as Americans, I like to think that even like, you know, some
Like a
of,
police officer kind of thing, right?
like, yeah, or you know, like, I mean, most of the occasionally you hear stories about like soldiers and stuff like that not behaving up to standard, but they usually get punished for it.
They get majorly punished, like
Yeah, like, really
discredited
badly.
and like jailed for.
And you know, it's just like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
and you know, it's not just the U.S. It's like, you know, England and Scotland and probably most of the world, really, like, have these kind of standards of
Humanity.
civilized behavior, even like in stuff like that. And so, like, what I was trying to say is that in an animal instinct sort of sense, you might cut someone's eyes out or something like that, like, if it was a heat of the moment kind of thing. But you wouldn't do it when you were safe or in a rational state of mind. Like, if you're
I'd like to go off on that more, even more, but I feel like we're. What do you say we continue this after
after we finish
after
the game.
You were
Okay.
talking about earlier
Sure.
about
Like, that was all I wanted to say though.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to make myself sound like I knew about war. I just wanted to make sure that, like, you know, I wasn't coming across like, you know, oh, I'm all smart and stuff. It's just,
yeah.
I'm reloading!
Something's going on.
it's true.
The controller went dark because we hadn't touched it in so long.
Yeah.
So the final finale.
Captain Walker.
Reinforcements.
It's okay. Hold your fire.
I don't understand. What's he doing?
Huh?
Something not right.
I'm a little insane. What do I do?
Can you lay down your weapon?
I can't move at all.
Shell shock. Give him a second.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Drop weapon.
Should I just drop it?
Yeah.
It's over.
Everything that I've done is just
Oh, you're wearing Conrad's jacket.
over.
Had to go home.
It just never happened.
Well, it's not that it never happened.
Well, no,
But
but in
life goes on.
Life in your mind and mentality, it's just erase it. Just it's like a whiteboard. Like you draw on it all over, and you just take a erase marker and just go. Whoosh.
We drove through this whole city to find you. We saw things.
My squad.
If you don't mind me asking, what was it like? How'd you survive all this?
Everything is just gone. Well, thanks for sticking with us and watching Spec Ops: The Line. I seriously and sincerely hope you go play for it for yourself, because we probably talked through quite a bit.
Yeah, you know, if you want to play it, go for it. Oh, hey, the flag's down now.
Yeah.
And it's the right side up, finally.
Yeah, it's just those little things. Little tiny hints now and then. Like I showed you that video a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just these little tiny things. Just when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah. So yeah, Spec Ops: The Line is definitely one you gotta play on your own.
It's interesting for sure. Yeah, it was like, it's definitely like you said. Like when I heard that Ark wanted to do an FPS on the show here, I was like, man, those FPSs are like all the same. Like, he was right about this one.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
If you want a little bit of a push, these guys that I check out on YouTube called Extra Credits, type in Extra Credits Spec Ops: The Line, and they have a part 1 and part 2. Part 1 should probably get you into it and thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I might check this out. Part 2 is a total spoiler storm.
Well, if you watched our playthrough,
if you watched it, you'll
late.
get it. But I mean, they really go in depth, because one of the guys that writes that stuff is he's a developer who's worked on AAA titles, and he's got an in. And some of the stuff you might not even subconsciously think about.
Yep.
And then you notice it as they say it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, Extra Credits does a lot of good stuff.
They check it out and check this game out. I gotta give props to these guys who made this. This is
it's not bad.
It's
interesting.
been a difficult project.
Well,
thanks for joining us. We have beaten another game.
Yeah.
High five and fist bump. Booyah!
Next time on Operation Pixel. Good enough.